Chicken nuggets are a staple of fast food menus, school lunches, and freezer aisles around the world. They're convenient, affordable, and palatable to almost everyone, from picky eaters to busy adults looking for a quick meal. But the journey from a fresh chicken breast to a nugget is a highly industrialized process that transforms whole food into something far removed from its natural state. While they may be tasty and satisfying in the moment, chicken nuggets represent one of the most prominent examples of ultra-processed foods, and the health implications of their regular consumption are far from benign. The first concern lies in what goes into the nugget. While advertising might suggest that it's simply chopped or ground chicken, the reality is often more complicated. Many nuggets contain a mix of mechanically separated meat, skin, connective tissue, and sometimes even bone fragments. These ingredients are blended into a paste, shaped and bound together with stabilizers, gums, and starches to hold their form. Add to that the flavor enhancers, preservatives, and artificial additives used to ensure consistent taste and texture across mass production, and you're left with a food product that barely resembles the chicken it came from. Even when nuggets are labeled as made with real chicken, they can still include a mix of parts not typically used in home cooking. The breading and frying process adds another layer of concern. Nuggets are typically coated in refined flour and deep-fried in industrial oils, often partially hydrogenated or high in omega-6 fatty acids. These oils, particularly when reused multiple times in fast food environments, can oxidize and generate harmful compounds. Repeated consumption of these oxidized fats has been linked to inflammation, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, and metabolic issues. The frying process also increases the calorie density of the food, packing a small serving with more fat than one might expect. This is one reason chicken nuggets, though small, can quickly contribute to overeating and excess calorie consumption. Sodium is another hidden danger. A standard serving of chicken nuggets can contain upwards of 500 to 700 milligrams of sodium, and fast food versions can go much higher. Sodium is used not just for flavor, but also as a preservative. Consuming high amounts of sodium regularly is one of the leading contributors to high blood pressure, heart disease, and kidney problems. The more frequently nuggets appear on your plate, the harder it becomes to maintain a balanced sodium intake, especially when combined with other processed foods in the diet. Chicken nuggets also lack nutritional density. Though they may contain some protein, the quality of that protein is questionable when it's been heavily processed and diluted with fillers. Fiber is virtually non-existent, and essential vitamins and minerals are either stripped during processing or present only in trace amounts. What remains is a food that delivers a lot of calories, fats, and salt with very little in the way of lasting nutrition. Over time, a diet heavy in foods like nuggets can contribute to nutritional deficiencies, particularly in children who may already have limited variety in their eating habits. The health concerns go beyond individual nutrients. Numerous studies have shown that diets high in ultra-processed foods are associated with increased risks of obesity, type 2 diabetes, depression, and even some forms of cancer. These foods tend to alter the gut microbiome, promote insulin resistance, and encourage addictive eating patterns due to their engineered flavor profiles. Chicken nuggets, with their crispy coating, savory seasoning, and uniform texture, are designed to be eaten quickly and in large quantities, traits that drive overconsumption and override normal satiety cues. There's also the psychological and social impact of relying on ultra-processed food. When nuggets become a dietary norm rather than an occasional convenience, they often displace more nutritious whole foods. Fresh vegetables, whole grains, and high-quality proteins are replaced by items that are cheaper and faster, but far less nourishing. This shift is particularly problematic in low-income communities, where access to healthier options may already be limited, and the appeal of fast, filling food is hard to resist. Over time, this can widen health disparities and contribute to chronic illness in vulnerable populations. Even when marketed as healthier, such as gluten-free, organic, or air-fried versions, chicken nuggets often remain fundamentally ultra-processed. The core problems of low nutritional density, high sodium, and artificial additives persist. While small improvements are possible, the underlying structure of the product is still far from ideal. Swapping one brand for another might offer minor benefits, but it doesn't change the fact that these foods are built more for convenience and shelf stability than for human health. In the end, Chicken nuggets symbolize a much larger issue in the modern food system: the prioritization of processing and profitability over nutritional quality. They're engineered to be delicious, easy, and cheap, but those very qualities also make them risky when consumed regularly. While the occasional nugget isn't likely to cause harm, making them a dietary staple opens the door to a range of negative health outcomes that may not be immediately obvious. The transformation from chicken to nugget is a cautionary tale of what happens when whole foods are broken down, rebuilt, and dressed up to appear harmless, when in fact, they're anything but.